Okay, so for my problem, I did number 9. Um, and I chose this one because I wanted to challenge myself and just, I had seen 3, 5, and I think another one already done. And so I just wanted to do one that no one had chosen yet. And I think the leading coefficient was about to throw me for a loop. Like I thought that that initially was like a little strange, so I just went with it and just wanted to learn through doing. So the first step was I checked to make sure that it's linear. In order for it to be linear, all of these things need to be present. A1 of x, a naught of x, so these coefficients, a derivative, and another y, excuse me, and all of that needs to be equal to a function of x. And so for step one, just anytime I see these problems and knowing what to do for section 2.3, you just divide by the leading coefficient function to rewrite it in its standard form. The standard form is just, no coefficient, dy over dx, plus, very important, this p of x term times y equals some f of x. So I divided by the leading coefficient of x squared minus 1 on both sides, and it was looking a little funky at first, but I just kept with it. Next was I needed to find the integrating factor, so that mu of x term. We do that through this formula right here, that e raised to the integral of p of x dx. We identify px dx as the function, the coefficient function in front of the y. So I took that integral and I was I was getting a little, tense about it, just because it was starting to become a lot with the algebra. Or I knew that later on it would be, at least. So we got the mu of x is x squared minus 1. Okay, cool. Knowing that I needed to multiply it on both sides, I was hesitant because, we're seeing this function and we're seeing this mu of x and we're having to put it back over here. I was thinking it was going to be like a lot. Having to put it back here, I was thinking it would have to be a lot, but in actuality, it worked out really, really nicely. To where when I multiplied the mu of x in, I just got, multiplying that mu of x, I was able to factor out and cancel out a bunch of other denominators. So I ended up, I was so excited, I literally wrote, thank God, oh, it's so much cleaner. Okay, cool. It's just for my own nerdiness. So what I ended up getting was x squared minus 1 dy dx plus 2xy equals x, and that's super manageable. That's something that I could work with. And what I noticed right off the bat was that I had done things correctly. I noticed that this mu of x right here, its derivative was already present right here. So its mu of x times y was already built in. So, and I verified that, I just wanted to check and make sure that indeed, the derivative of this is this, and, so I found that this was the product. So f times g prime, the g prime is of this y right here, obviously, and that's the f prime of that f. So, I just double checked my work. I made sure that everything made sense, and that's how I knew I was on the right path. Finally, I had to integrate both sides of the standard form, or both sides of this, excuse me. Both sides of what I had already done, which, when taking the integral of both sides, we have that dx, we have that derivative from earlier. You end up getting this right here, that x squared minus 1 and the y. So now it's just one term in front of the y, The integral of this is obviously pretty easy. It's just, x squared over, just 1/2 of the x squared plus c. And then you just get y on its own through just simple algebra. You end up with x squared over 2x squared minus 2 plus c. And if we needed to, we could plug in our y's, plug in our x's to find c, and so on. But thankfully, this is where the problem ends. It was a lot easier than it appeared it was going to be, because right once this algebra came into play, I thought we were going to be in trouble because I didn't want to be taking a massive integral of things. But the algebra cleaned up so nice. I was just very pleasantly surprised that it was just such an easy problem. So yeah, that's how I did that. Let me know if you have any questions, or if I missed any steps, or if anything is unclear. I can definitely clarify or continue. Thanks.